In today's session, we are going to start off with HTML. What is this HTML is? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML stands for what? Hypertext Markup Language. And this HTML is the standard language. HTML is the standard language used to create the structure of web pages. It is for what purpose? In order to create the structure of web pages. Right? Then HTML is used to display the content. HTML is used to display the content onto the web browser. It is mainly used to display the content onto the web browser. Then the three pillars to develop web pages. The main three pillars to develop web pages are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are the three main pillars in order to develop the web pages. And the remaining things what we got? This TypeScript has derived from this JavaScript. Bootstrap has derived from this CSS. And even this Angular and React, we make use of this JavaScript. They are all libraries. So these are the main three pillars in order to develop these web pages. A HTML file is a collection of tags. What is the meaning of HTML file? What HTML file contains? It's a collection of tags here. Or you can even simply call it as elements. You can even simply say elements. So the difference between tag and element is like when you say tag, we use the example like h3 tag, p tag, then table tag. These are like tags. When we say element, the meaning of element is like here if I use p tag with some content like hello and /p, then we call it as element. So when you say this one is simple, these are called as tags. And when the meaning of element is like we open the tag and we go with some content and we go with the closing of tag. So this we call it as the element. We call this one as what? Element. So how element looks? It takes the tag name, then with some content and closing of tag. That is the meaning of element. Okay. Then now how HTML file looks here is the basic document structure here is basic document structure. And one more point, you can even say like a tag contains a open tag and a close tag. So when you take the syntax of tag, is like we go with the tag name. This we call it as the open tag. And when we say /tag name, we'll say it as close tag. A tag contains a open tag and close tag. In between, we go with some content. Like example, you can say p tag welcome /p. So this is our open tag and this is our close tag and this is our content. So when we use this p tag, what is going to happen over here is welcome is displayed onto the browser. Or since I'm using p tag, it's like a paragraph. Instead of this p, if I say b tag, b means what? Bold. So welcome is displayed as bold onto the browser. Now let us see how a basic HTML document looks here. basic document structure, or you can say basic HTML document structure. Here, whatever HTML we are learning, it is HTML5. So every HTML5 document follows the same skeleton. Okay, then it goes with the structure. Like first, initially we go with the element like doc type HTML. So when we use this tag, the meaning of this tag is like declares this is an HTML5 document. So when we write this line as the top, it indicates that whatever the HTML file we are creating, it is HTML5 document. If you are not using this tag, that means it's a HTML4 file. Whatever the HTML we are creating, it is HTML4. So when we use this element, it indicates the HTML file what you are creating is HTML5 document. And this one should be must be the first line. Must be the first line. The next one element we use HTML. So this is the root element. HTML tag is the root element for us. Root element that wraps the entire page. This is the root element that is going to wrap the entire page. Next one, we are having head tag. This one, it contains metadata. It contains metadata like title, character set, linked CSS or JavaScript. Okay, and whatever we write, this will not be visible on the web page. So not visible on the web page. Next one, under head section we go with the title. Under head section we go with the title. So what is this title is like? Text shown on the browser tab. Text shown on the browser tab. This is mainly for the title to display on the browser tab. Then we're having meta. The use of this meta is like extra page information. Extra page information such as character encoding and viewport settings. So this I'll discuss when we come to the bootstrap thing. The next one, body. This is the main thing. All visible content of the page goes here. All the visible content of your page goes here. Now, like simple, you can say it looks like this. Structure of a HTML file. How HTML file looks here is, initially we go with this one, doc type HTML. So what this indicates, the HTML file what you are creating, it is HTML5 version. And this one should be the first statement. Then we go with the HTML. In between HTML, we go with the two sections, head section and body section. Head section and body section. And in head section, for now, I'm just going with the title. How to include CSS JavaScript that we discuss in the next topics when we go with CSS and JavaScript. So title, where we provide some title for your browser window. Then in body section, we go with the content of web page. Right? Clear up here? Any questions? Where should we write this HTML file? So where we have to type this code. So we can type this code in any text editor. You can make use of any text editors. We are having the text editors like Notepad, Notepad++. We are having Edit+. We are having this one like Eclipse. We can make use of Sublime Text. or we can go for Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code. This is recommended. So for web applications, for these web technologies, this Visual Studio Code is recommended. Now let us see how to download and install this Visual Studio Code. So for all these web technologies, we are going to discuss like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, TypeScript, Angular, React. I'm going to make use of this Visual Studio Code. The complete front end we are going to develop using Visual Studio Code. Now, let us see how to download this. Download Visual Studio Code. We can even say VS Code. Open search engine like Google and you can search for Visual Studio Code download. Let me show this. You can open search engine like Google and you can search for Visual Studio Code download. The first link, whatever it is displaying here, code.visualstudio.com, download, open this page. This is the URL we can use in order to download this Visual Studio Code. In this page, you can download this Visual Studio Code for Windows, Linux and Mac. Okay, based on your operating system, you can download this, right? So we need to just choose the respective operating system and it's going to download an installer. So for example, if I'm going with Windows, it's going to download one installer for us. So here it's downloading the VS Code user setup. I'm just canceling, it's already done for my case. Once the file is downloaded, just we need to run this application. It's very simple to install. Okay, next and finish. Then, once the installation is completed, you can find a shortcut on your desktop. You can find what? A shortcut on your desktop. This we need to open. This one we need to open. Double click on this. It's going to open the file for us. So in our case, I'm going to make use of Visual Studio Code. Now, let us go with one example code here. In my system, I've created one folder HTML. In that HTML folder, I'll be storing all our HTML programs. Let me open that folder here first. How to open folder? You can click on this file and you can say open folder. File, open folder. I'm going to choose the folder. In our case, I'm choosing this HTML folder. I'm choosing this HTML folder. The folder will get opened here. Then, now in this folder, I want to create one new HTML file. When you want to create a new HTML file, see after this HTML folder, you can see one option like new files here. So when you keep mouse pointer on this, you can see the option C, new file. Click on this. Click on this icon. Now provide the name of the file. I'm going here with welcome.html. The extension what we give to the HTML file is .html. Press enter key. The file will be created, welcome.html. In which folder? HTML folder. Now start writing the code. So what should be the first element? Doctype HTML. Okay. Next HTML tag. Here it goes with the two subsections, head section and body section. In head section, we go with the title. Here I'm going with the title like my first page. I'm going with the title like my first page. And in body, I'm displaying the content like welcome. Welcome to HTML. So whatever the content we write in body section, that will be visible to the users. That will be displayed on the web page. Now, once we type this code, now let me how to see the result. We have to open this file in browser. So in which folder we are working? We are working in HTML folder. Open the folder where your file is located. If you just double click on this file, the file will get opened in our browser. See the title, what it's showing? My first page. This is the use of title tag. And the content, what it is displaying, say, welcome to HTML. Clear this first example? Now, let me go with one more content like HTML is used to list or used to develop web pages. HTML is used to develop web pages. Now see the result. Since the file is already opened, if I just reload this page, if I click on this reload symbol, the page will get reloaded. See, we are getting the content. Now I want to display this content in the new line. So to go with the new line, we use a tag called as BR. If I just use BR tag, it goes to the new line. How many BRs we write? That many line gaps we are going to get here. We are going to get that many line gaps. And if I want to draw one horizontal line, we'll use HR tag. HR tag is used to draw one horizontal line. Right? Then I want to go with some background color for your web page. Then we can use here BG color equal to something like pink. So the background color of your web page is what here? Pink color. So BG color is an attribute. This one we call it as attribute, and the value of attribute is pink. And I want to go with the text color. Text equal to blue. And the text color I want to make it as blue. Now see, once we reload the page, the background color will be pink and the text color is blue here. So what are the tags we have used here? We are used to break the line. Means new line. HR tag used to draw a horizontal line. Body BG color equal to pink. Text equal to blue. The use of this one is sets the background color. Sets the background color of web page as pink with the text color as blue. Right? I'll be sharing the code. Welcome.html. So this is our first HTML code here. Got it? Any questions? The next one. Next concept. Let us go with the next one. Working with the text. Working with text. Here we are having the text like headings. Headings. So what are these headings are like? HTML provides 6 levels of headings. HTML provides 6 levels of headings, that is H1 through H6. H1 through H6 in decreasing importance. In decreasing importance and size. Meaning when you take H1, this is the big size, and when you take H6, this is the small size. So the order of size is from H1 to H6. Okay. Now, one more point here is use exactly, the good programming is like use exactly one H1 per page. So don't use multiple H1 tags in your web page. Don't use multiple H1 tags. It is not suggested. That means this is H1 means what? It is your main. It is your main title. It is your main title. Right? So it is suggested to go for only one H1 for your complete HTML file, for your page. The next one is paragraphs. Paragraphs. How to create paragraph here is we go for p tag. The p tag defines a paragraph. The p tag defines a paragraph. Then browsers automatically add space above and below the paragraph. So browsers automatically add space above and below the paragraph. So whenever we use p tag, it automatically goes one space above and one space below. Right? We are in the next one. After here, let me go with one example, or let me go with all the things at one place. So here we'll go with one more like text level formatting. Text level formatting tags. We are having the text level formatting tags like strong, which indicates important text. And this is rendered. How it is displayed? Rendered as bold. In the previous versions of HTML, we use this one, B tag. It is similar to B tag. B means what here? Bold. So instead of B tag, now what we are using? Strong. Okay, this is older one, deprecated. Now we are using strong in HTML5. Next, we are having EM. EM is for emphasize text. Emphasize text, meaning rendered italic. Rendered italic. In the older one, we use I tag. I tag is for italic. Now in HTML5, we use EM. Then we are having something like small. This is like fine print or side comments. It's like side comments. Then mark. This is for highlighted text. This is for highlighted text. Code. This one is for inline code. Inline code snippet. So when you want to display some code on your web page, we go for this code. So monospace font. It goes with monospace font. Then we are having something like SUP. This is for superscript. SUP is for subscript. SUP is for subscript. And we are having one more font. Font to set the font style. To set the font style, size, and color of the text. This is deprecated. This is for deprecated in HTML5. So instead of going with font style, size, and color, these all things we are going to do by using CSS. So using CSS, we can set the font style, size, and color of the text. Okay. Now, let me show all these things with an example code, like how to go for headings, paragraphs, and text level formatting tags. Let me go with the program name text formatting.html. So create a new file. See under this folder, click on this icon, new file. Let me go with the name text formatting.html. Now go with this doc type HTML. The head section. Here we go with the title like text formatting. Then go with the body section. Here we go with H1. We'll say H1. I will say something like core Java notes. I'm going with H1 like core Java nodes. We'll say something like H2 chapter introduction to OOP. Something. These content are your wish. So just I'm worried about the tags here, how the tag looks. Then we go with the next one, paragraph tag. Here we'll write the paragraph like Java is a strong platform independent. Okay, Java is what? It's a platform independent. So I'm keeping this platform independent in between which tag strong means this will come in bold. Then object oriented programming language. Java is what? Platform independent object oriented programming language. It is, we'll use EM and we'll say strongly typed. So this strongly typed will come in what? Italic style. Strongly typed, meaning every variable must have a declared type. So this content we are keeping in the paragraph. And in this, platform independent will come in bold, strongly typed will come in italic. Then, next one. Use the code public static void main string array args method as the entry point of every Java application. So this code, whenever we use this code, it will come in which format? Okay, inline code snippet monospace font. It's going to make use of monospace font. Then, next one. Here we are going with one more paragraph tag. Mark means what? Highlighted text. Okay. Note. We are saying Java was released by Sun Microsystems. We have given Java for us Sun Microsystems in 1995. Right? Then. Here we'll say HR to draw a horizontal line. Then we'll say P small notes prepared by Raj. Right? Now, let me open this file in browser now. How to open this file in browser? We have to go to the folder where you have created and double click on this file. It's going to open in browser. Instead of that, from this Visual Studio Code also, we can open this file in browser. How to open is, we have to right click on this file and you can see the option open in default browser. Sometimes this option may not be visible for you. So how to get this option is, so we have to install one plugin. We have to go with some extensions. You can find it, see extensions, this one. Okay, so go to this one, extensions, and you can search for the extension that is open in browser. Search for the extension open in browser. Select this. Once we select this, you can see the option install. So in my case, I'm seeing the option uninstall because already I've done. So instead of uninstall, you can see the option install. Just to click on that install button. That's it. It's going to install this plugin for us. Open in browser. Okay, let me close this. So once again, if you click on these extensions, that window will get closed. Okay. Now right click here and say open in browser. So the file will get opened in browser. Okay. So one small thing. Right. Now see here. So this is our H1. This is our H2. And see this platform independent is coming in bold and string strongly typed is coming in italic. And see use this code. This code is coming in monospace font. Okay. And this note it is coming in see highlighted text. And this is small here. When you say small, this content will be displayed very, very small area. Right? There. We are having some other tags. Let me even show that. Like we are having, like I want to display the date. Today's date. Use paragraph. Today's date. So I want to display the date. Like example 13th August 2026. Now see, when we reload the page, we are getting see the date here, 13th August. But I want to make this th to go upside. Then we use the tag sup. Sup indicates superscript. The th will go as superscript. Now check the result when you reload. See the th is going like superscript. Now we want to display the chemical representation of water. So for how to represent H2O, 2 should go as subscript here. 2 should go as subscript. Once we reload, the 2 will go as subscript here. So these are the tags like superscript and subscript. Next, we are having one deprecated font. Let me even show this font tag. Font face equal to Arial. Font face equal to Arial. Size equal to some 5. And color of the text I'm saying blue. Color of the text I'm saying blue. Okay. Then we'll see something like hello world. Some example. Now see, once we reload, so we are getting see hello world in Arial style, blue color and size 5. And when you see something like this red color marks, that indicates they are deprecated. In our Visual Studio Code, if it's highlighting with red color means those tags are deprecated. Clear this example? How to go with this text formatting using headings, paragraphs, and text formatting tags. And see the title we have given it as text formatting. You can see here at the top, the title for your browser window is text format. Clear? Any questions anyone up to here? Moving to the next one, lists. What is the meaning of this list? Is like list, group, related items. List, group, what related items. HTML supports ordered list where we go with some numbering and unordered list. And unordered list. Like it goes with the bullets. Okay. Let me explain this using a diagram. List.png. So we are having two types of list. What they are? Ordered list and unordered list. So we are having ordered. So the meaning of ordered is like sequence, like a numeric 1, 2, 3. This we call numeric 1, 2, 3. Or you can go with Roman 1 to 3. Capital Roman 1 to 3. Or you can go with small Roman 1 to 3. Or you can go with capital ABC. Capital ABC. Or small ABC. So this comes under ordered list. These are what? Ordered list. Then how to go with ordered list here is like we go for use the tag OL. Use the tag OL and you can mention the type here. Type equal to, you can say either 1 or Roman capital I or small I or capital A or small a. You can go with anyone. You can go with anyone. And default is numeric 1. Default is numeric 1. Right? Then in between we go with the li tag. Li tag is to list the items. Slash OL. So in this one, OL means order list. Li means list item. List item. Then next one, we are having unordered list. Unordered. So when you go with unordered, it goes with the symbols like circles. It goes with circles, squares, circle, squares, which are filled ones. Then it goes with the disk. It goes with the disk. Disk means filled circles. Disk means what? Filled circles. Then how to go with this unordered list is, here we use UL tag. UL means unordered. And you can use the type attribute. So where we go with the circle or square or disk. Default is circle. If you are not mentioning type attribute, it goes with circle. And li is to list the items. Li is to list the items. Right? In this UL means unordered list. And li means list item. Right? We are in two types of list, ordered and unordered. Here with this list, let us go with the example code on this. Let me take an example. For program list, or you can take it as like curriculum list.html. Create a new file. Here, let me go with the doc type, HTML tag, the head section, title, where we go with the title as curriculum list. The body section, here we'll go with the heading H1, full stack Java with a curriculum. Next we go with H2, modules covered. Modules covered. Then here we go with the OL ordered list. You can say type equal to Roman I. Then Here we go with the list item for Java. The list item AI tools for developers. The list item web technologies. Web technologies. Right? Next one. Again, we'll take one more LI. Like here under web technologies, we'll say HTML, all those things, anything. LI. Here we'll say advanced Java. And when you want to display and symbol, we have to write like this, and AMP semicolon. When you want to display the and symbol as it is, we have to say and AMP semicolon. Then Spring framework. Now, under this, we'll go with the UL tag, UL type equal to square, UL type equal to square, and you can say LI servlets, JSP, Spring Boot, microservices. These are the contents here. Now, here we'll go with one more element. H2 prerequisites. Prerequisites. We'll say UL. Well, just I'm using UL. If you are not using type attribute, it goes with the default circle. So LI, basic programming knowledge. Basic programming knowledge. LI. Laptop with 8 GB RAM or higher. LI. Willingness to practice daily. Some content, okay? So we are worried about the tags here. OL means ordered list, and I'm going with I, okay, Roman I. And these are the list elements. And once I go with this advanced Java and Spring framework, here I'm going UL. UL, I'm mentioning the type as square. So these are under advanced Java and Spring framework. And again, we are going with one more prerequisites. I'm just using UL means it is circles. Now, let me open this in browser. Right click and say open in browser. See, we are getting our contents here. So this is coming, see, in Roman 1, 2, 3, 4. These are unordered list squares. These are what here? So this is going with the disk, right? So default is disk. So when I use HTML5, it is going default as what here? Disk. For HTML4, it is circle. HTML4, it is circle. And for HTML5, it is disk. Now, let us move to the next one. How to insert images in HTML. Now, let us suppose you are developing a e-commerce application where you are going to sell some products. And I want to add a logo to that product, something like our cart. I want to add some icon to my product. So for that one, let us generate one image using ChatGPT. Image creations are simple using ChatGPT. Now, act as a good designer. Create an image with the logo our cart, and create an image. Let us take some image like a mobile phone. mobile phone added with the logo or card. Added with the logo or card. With aspect ratio. With aspect ratio. Something like 1:1. Or let me say 2:3. 2:3. Now click on this send prompt. It's going to create the image for us. Now, before it creates the image, let us understand how to insert these images in HTML. So in order to insert the image in HTML, we use the img tag. img tag embeds an image. Okay. Then it is a self-enclosing tag. It is what? Self-closing tag. And as no closing tag. Or inner content. We don't have any inner content also. So all the information need to be passed through attributes. All information is passed through attributes. So what are the attributes it's going to have? Image tag takes the attributes like src. So what is this src? Here we have to give the path or URL of the image file. Then alt. The use of alt attribute is alternate text. Alternate text shown if the image fails to load. Image fails to load. Okay. And read by screen readers. So what image is present at that location if the image is not displayed. Then we are having width and height. These attributes for display dimensions in pixels. The size of your image. Like example, we can use like this. img src equal to some image name. Something dot image name dot png or jpg. Anything you can take. We are to provide the width some 200 pixel, height some 200 pixel or 300 pixel. And you can even use alt. Image cannot be displayed. If the image is unable to display, we have to use alt attribute. Now, okay, so some image has been generated. Now let us download this image. So the image is present in my downloads folder. Let me copy this image into our folder. Into our HTML folder, I'm pasting the image. Let me go with the name mobile.png. I'm going with the name mobile. You can end with mobile. No need because already it is PNG file. Now I want to insert this image onto my browser window. So for that one, let us write the code. Image.html. Open Visual Studio Code. Let us create a new file. Under HTML folder, create a new file. Let me go with the name image.html. Go with the HTML tag. So what is our first tag? Doc type, right? To indicate it's a HTML file document. So we have to use this element doc type HTML. Then HTML goes with head section. Here we go with the title. image. In the body section, we want to insert image. How to insert image? We have to use img tag. Img sr equal to, what's the name of the image file? Mobile.png. Provide the width, some 200, height, some 300. Right? Now, open this file. It's a self-enclosing. Now, open this file in browser. See, we are getting the image on our browser screen of size 200 by 300. Let's suppose if the image is present in some location, like example /images /mobile.png. So we are having a folder like images. Under that, mobile.png file is present. Now, if I reload the page, image is unable to display because there is no folder with the name images and there is no file in this images folder. There is no folder at all. So due to some reason, if the image is unable to display, I want to provide some alternate message over there. So you can say alt equal to mobile image. So I'm giving some alternate information at that image place. So for that reason only we use this alt attribute. Clear with this image tag and the attributes? Right? Any questions up to here? Moving to the next important one, links, creating links, which you can even call it as hyperlinks. This is very, very important. We use more of this. Links and navigation. The anchor tag, which is called as a, creates a hyperlink. Creates a hyperlink. Okay. A hyperlink. What is this hyperlink? A hyperlink is a text or image. When clicked, opens another HTML page. So when you click on that, it's going to open another HTML page. Now, here it goes with the attributes. It goes with the attributes like href. This is destination URL, or you can say file path, or you can say section ID as -section ID. Then target equal to underscore blank. When we say target equal to underscore blank, then the use of this one is like opens the link in a new browser tab. In a new browser tab. Next one, we are having title. So this is like tooltip. Tooltip, text shown on hover. Now, let me discuss this with the example. Refer program navigation.html. Open Visual Studio Code. Let me create a new file. Let me close this all previous files. Create a new file. Navigation.html. So here, if I just use this exclamation, just to type exclamation, and if you just press enter key in Visual Studio Code, when you just type exclamation and press enter key, the complete structure of your HTML will be displayed for us, right? So here you can go with the title, something like hyperlink, or you can say navigation demo. In body section, so whenever you want to create some navigation, it is always suggested to use a tag navigation, NAV. NAV tag is used to go for navigation. Navigation means moving from one place to another place, opening from one page to another page. That is the meaning of navigation. Here we are going with a anchor tag, href equal to #home. hyperlink is home. Then ahref equal to hash courses. Ahref equal to hash contact. Then I'm creating ahref equal to, let me go with this one, like Visual Studio Code, download. I'm relating to a path like this. Download Visual Studio Code. Download Visual Studio Code. There. Can create one more hyperlink. Download Eclipse. So let us get the Eclipse download. Let me take this link and paste here. So this is for Eclipse download. Like that, you can create multiple links. Now, here, these are our navigation. Now, what is this Ash Home, Ash Courses, Ash Content? So if your page is very bigger page, you are designing a page which is very bigger page. So when you click on home, it should show the content related to home. When you click on courses, it should show the content related to courses. Contact means contact. So in the same page, you want to jump to some other part of your page, some other area of your page here. So for that one, we go for this Ash Home, Ash Courses and Ash Contact here. Like example, here we are saying H1. We'll say here home section, and we have to give the ID to this, like this, ID equal to home. So when you click on this home, since I have given Ash Home, it will come to this ID, and the content of home section will be displayed for us. So here I'm creating a paragraph. We'll say welcome to Raj Technologies. Student portal. Some information. Next one. We'll say H1 courses section. So we have to go with the ID. So what is ID we have given? This one, Ash Courses. So ID equal to courses. So when you click on this courses, it will go to this courses section. Then here we'll provide some courses like UL, Enrolling, full stack Java, like full stack Python, Enrolling, web technologies, or you can say full stack UI, like this. So these are under courses section. Next one, you can go with one more, H1 ID equal to contact. You can say contact section. Here you can go with a paragraph. Reaches at ahref equal to, you can say like this, mail to colon, you can go provide the mail, and you can provide the mail ID here. Now when you click on this mail ID, now it automatically sends a mail. It automatically composes your mail if you're having something like Outlook Express installed in your system. Right? Now let me open this in browser. Right click and say open in browser. Now see, we are getting here. Home. When you click on home, it's going to load home section. It redirects to home section. When you click on courses section. contact section. But here, since the page is very small, it is visible to us. If it is not visible, then it jumps to that section. For example, here I'm adding a lot of breaks here. Let us reload the page. See here. Now if I see here courses section, let us add some more. Only for showing purpose, I'm doing like this. Once I reload, see here. Now if I click on this courses section, see it's visible, see courses section. Now if I click on contact, it's going to show the contact section. That's when the page is too lengthy. For that reason, we make use of these links. For that reason, we can make use of these links. So when you say home, when you say Ash home, it will jump to the section where ID is home. When you say courses, it will jump to the section where ID is courses. Similar way for contact. Now, here, if I click on this download Visual Studio Code, it's going to open the page where you can able to see the where you can see what here download visual page. It will show the link where you can download. But I want to open this page in some other window. See here. Again, I have to click on back to come to this window. I want to open it in some other window. Then we have to use the attribute here. We have to use the attribute target underscore blank. So when you say target equal to underscore blank, even here also we'll say target equal to underscore blank. Then now when you click on this link now, Visual Studio Code, it's going to open in new tab. Not showing, right? Right, it's coming. So here it's opening in the new window for us. So that is the use of this attribute. What is the target equal to underscore blank here? Clear with this links and navigation? Any questions? We use this more in our applications.
Raj, why we provide hash home hash courses hash contact?
When the length of your page is bigger. So can you see complete content in one single page? The complete total content?
No.
No, right? The length of the page is very big. So I want to jump to a particular section. So when you want to jump to a particular section, we make use of this hash home, hash courses like this. IDs we provide.
Okay.
Okay, here we have seen now. So can you see the complete section here? Can you see courses now? I've just only for example, I've given a lot of gaps here. So can you see courses contact now here in this page when you open?
No.
No. Now when I click on courses, is it opening courses section now?
Yes, yes.
Right? See now, once you scroll up, again if I see contact, you can see now contact section, right? It will jump to that respective area. Got it? That's the use of that. Moving to the next important one, tables.
1 minute, Raj.
Yeah, please.
If ID will not match or by mistakenly we are given the wrong ID, so it will give any error or what?
No errors, no errors. In HTML, no errors. It won't jump to that place at all. It won't work. Okay? It won't work. So in HTML,
Okay,
it
Raj.
won't get any errors.
If we don't give hash, what will happen, Raj? Like
If you are not
hash.
giving hash, it won't work. It will search for the page whose name is home. I will remove this. For courses, we have removed. Now see, once we reload the page, now if I click on courses, what it's saying, see, could not find because that file is not present. Error file not found. Got it?
Okay.
So either you have to provide hash or a page where it can able to load. Either you can provide the page. So it can be a link or it can be some other HTML file also. It can be some other HTML file. Got it? Moving to the next one, tables. So what is the use of table? Tables are used to display the data in tabular form. To display the data in tabular form means rows and columns. Rows and columns. Right? Now, the tags what we are going to use over here is we use table tag. So this is for table container. TR used to create a table row. Then TH tag. TH tag used to create a header cell. Header cell. The content will be bold. The content will be bold when you go for TH. TD. This is also to create a cell used to create a data cell. Data cell. So this content is not bold. The content will not be bold here. Okay. TH means table heading. TD means table data. Right? Then we are having something like T head and T body. This is for group heading. Groups, header rows separately from body rows. So the content of your table is TD. The headers will be done with TH. So to separate your heading and body, we use this T head and T body. Now, let us understand this with the example. For program table.html. Create a new file, table.html. Exclamation, press enter key, the complete skeleton will come. So here let me go with the title like table. In the body section, whenever you want to create a table, we'll say table tag. We use table tag to create a table. Now I want to go with the heading. So to mention it is a heading section, we use T head. We use the tag T head. Then in this T head, we'll go with the table headings. Like example, we'll say employee ID, TD, TH, employee name, TH, employee salary. So this is our heading. Now we go with the table body, T body tag we have to use. Then create a new row. So here also we have to create a row, right? Without creating row, it won't create. So create a new row. Whenever you want to create a new row, TR tag. Okay, use it to create a table row. So after creating table row only, we can create the headings under that row. In T body, create a new row using TR tag. Now go with the table data. Under employee ID, we'll say 101. TD under employee name, we'll go with some name. Then TD under salary, we'll go with some salary. Like that, let us create multiple rows. Just I'm changing the data. So once the code is done, open it in browser. Right click and say open in browser. See, we are getting the table. Now we fill table only when you see border lines. So when you want to go with borders, here we are to the table tag. We have to use the attribute border, and you can mention the size. Border and mention the size. Now see, it is going to display the table with borders. Right? Now here we are having some more attributes like cell padding. Cell padding equal to some 5. or for something cell spacing. Cell spacing equal to 1. Now, I have added these two attributes, cell padding equal to 4, cell spacing equal to 1. Now, see the table what we are having. Okay, this is the table what it has created. Now, once I reload this page, see, we are going to get some gaps here, see, some gaps. So that is the use of cell padding and cell spacing. So cell spacing means, the meaning of cell spacing means the gap between every cell. What is the meaning of cell? This one box is called as cell. So the gap between the cells, that is called as cell spacing. Cell padding means this content. This content, whatever we see, inside that content, how much gap you want to provide. This content. That is called as cell padding. Let me show. Let me increase this cell padding. I'm saying 8. Now see the difference. Observe the difference. Here, some gaps. So that gap we are getting here. Now let me change this one, cell spacing, to something like 3. Cell spacing to 3. Now see, it has increased here. So that is the use of going with cell padding and cell spacing. Clear with this one? Right. So tables also we are going to use more in our applications. Moving to the next and very, very important one, HTML forms. HTML forms are used to collect the input from users. HTML forms are used for what purpose? In order to collect the input from the users. Like we generally create this form. When you go with login, we accept username, password. When you are registering, well, what we are going to provide? We'll provide the name, username, password, confirm password, so and so. Right? So mainly to collect information from user, we are going to make use of this forms. Right? Then form tag is used to create a form. Form tag is used to create a form. Now, let me explain this using a diagram. Let me open the diagram. This is the form what we want to create here. So here I want to go with the name, that is, we call it as label. Name is called as label, and we go with the text field. So text field means where user can fill some data in that field. Password field means whatever the content we type in password field, it is not visible. Address we call text area, where it goes with multiple lines of text. Age, a field, it's where it can accept only numbers. Email, it can accept only emails. Skills, so here we are going with checkboxes like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. We call them as checkbox. Gender, male, female, radio button. What is the difference between checkbox and radio is checkbox is multiple selection, radio single selection. Date of birth, where we choose a date. We can upload a file. Okay, choose file to upload the file, and you can search for anything. It's like a text field. I'll explain the difference between text field and search. Then time, to display the time, month, you can select date and time. So date, and even we can even select the time also. Net salary, a text field. Location, a drop down list. In drop down list, we can select only one. Then preferred locations, it's a list where we can select multiple selection using control key. And we are having 3 types of buttons: submit, next, and reset. Now, let me design this form. Already we have written the code. HTML form.html. Here, this one. HTML body section form. Whenever you want to create a form, make use of form tag. And say name. Name is like label. So you can even use the tag like this. To go with the label, you can use label tag. Label. And in between that, you can go with the name. So suggested to use label tag, but I did not use it. Okay. So that the advantage when we use the tags, the advantage is During runtime, I can come to this content and modify the content in between this. That we can manage by using JavaScript, using a concept like document object model. So when you want to change the labels, so that's the reason instead of providing like this directly, it is always suggested to go with a tag called as label, right? Then, here we are creating a input text field, input type equal text, required. Required means mandatory field. And the maximum length of the text field, it can go with 15 characters. Visibility is 15. Password, input type equal to password, required, mandatory, minimum length is 6. Address, text area, where we provide the number of rows and we provide the number of columns. Age, input type equal to number, means it can accept only number values. Minimum value is 20, maximum is 60, required means mandatory. Email, input type equal to email, means it can accept only email validation. It will do automatically email validation, means should have @ symbol, dot symbol like that. Skills, where we go with checkboxes. Input type equal to checkbox, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Gender, a radio button. Input type equal to radio, name equal to gender. If you are not using name, what is going to happen? We'll see it. Let me remove this name and I'll elaborate what is the need of going with name when you go with radio buttons. So here we are creating 2 radio buttons, male and female. Then date of birth, input type date. When you say input type date, we can select the date. Upload resume or upload photo, something like this. Upload photo. So we'll upload some photo. So to upload some files, we use input type equal to file. Input type equal to search, I'll discuss when we run the application. You can go with input type time, month, date and time local. Then net salary, input type text, we are saying read only. The meaning of read only attribute is user cannot fill the value in this text field. User cannot fill the value in the text field. By doing some logic, we'll fill the value in the text field. So more on this, I'll discuss when we come to JavaScript. Location, I'm going with some drop-down list. For that, we use the tag select and we have to provide the options. Once we expand that, what options are present, like Hyderabad, Chennai and Pune. Preferred locations, I want to go with multiple selection. To go with multiple, just we have to use the attribute select multiple. Then, input type submit, value submit. What is the meaning of this value submit? The content what you want to display on the submit button, this one, submit. Input type button, disabled, value next. And input type reset. Okay, so these are the submit buttons. I'll elaborate what is the difference between submit button and reset. Now, let me open this file in browser. Here, we're having name. If you are not filling anything, when you click on submit button, it's saying please fill out this field. Okay, so provide some name. Password. If you are not filling password, if you click on submit, it will say please fill out this field. That's meaning of required. So let me go with some password. Address, some text area where you can go with multiple lines of text. Age. In age, we can go with only number. See, you can see the minimum number. Here, we can increase and we can decrease also. If I go for something like 12 and when I click on submit, it's saying value must be greater than or equal to 20. If I say something like 65, value must be less than or equal to 60. This is the meaning of validations. Right? Email, I cannot just type some email. So it's saying please include an @ in the email address. Okay. Skills, where we can select multiple. Gender, only single selection. But what is happening? It's choosing multiple. Because when you take a web page, in your web page, there may be some radio buttons. So this is one part of radio button. Here one more area where you may have radio button. This is one more area where you are having read button. So this is like a group. This is one group, this is one group, and this is one group. In that group, I can select only one selection. I can select what? One selection here. So how to make a group? How to make a group is by going with the name. We have to give the name. So when we give same name, that will become a group. Name equal to some name. So for two radio buttons, we are giving same name, then it will become a group now. So see, once we reload, now we can select only once here. Then date of birth, we can choose the date of birth over here. We can choose the years. We can choose the years, okay? We can choose some year, we can choose the month, we can choose the date. Upload file, you can choose the file which you want to upload. For example, I want to upload this image, mobile image. So it is going to take the file. Then this one, search. Here, the meaning of text field and search is when you go with search, here it's going to have a cross button, so cross symbol. If you click on this cross, it is going to empty your field here. That's the difference. This is for time. This is for time, and this one is for month and year, and this is for date and time. This is for date and time. Net salary, read only, so user cannot fill the value in this net salary. Location, a drop-down list where we can select only one option. Preferred locations, we can select multiple using control. Then submit. The difference between submit, next and reset is submit button is used to connect to the server. Means whatever the data we have filled in this form, I want to give this data to server applications like servlets, JSP, Spring MVC like that, or PHP like that. So the data will go to the server. Button. The meaning of button is the values are used within the same page. The values are used in the same page. And I made it as disabled. The meaning of disabled is when you click, nothing will happen. Okay. Then reset. Reset is to clear all your form data. Reset is for what? To clear all your form data. Right? Clear this HTML form. Right? So these forms also will use more in our applications. Moving to the next one, semantic.
Raj,
Yes,
if
please.
we
Yes,
click
please.
on submit, what will happen, Raj, after that?
Here in this case, nothing will happen because HTML is only for presentation purpose. HTML is only for presentation purpose, means only we can display. We cannot make it dynamic.
Okay.
No interaction from the user end, means some calculations, all those things I cannot do. Once we go with JavaScript now, we can do some calculations. We can make our page dynamic. CSS is for styling purpose. And in future, when we come to servlets, JSP, Spring MVC, whatever the data we fill in the form, I can read the data into my server application. We can process the data and show the results back to the end user. That also we'll discuss. That is server-side applications.
So if we make enable next button, Raj, then
during runtime, if I want to enable this next button, we have to write a JavaScript code. Like you might have seen, like accept terms and conditions. Once you make it, once you accept terms and conditions, then only the button will get enabled, right? Have you seen such type of things?
yes.
Yes, such type of things we can manage using JavaScript. Okay, I'll show that examples also. Okay, even we'll discuss that. HTML is only to present the content on the browser window. Got it? To make our application dynamic, we have to use JavaScript. To go for look, good and feel, we go for CSS and Bootstrap. Okay. Moving to the next one, semantic HTML5 layout. So this is introduced in HTML5. Before HTML5, this is not present. HTML5 introduced semantic tags that describe the role of a section. It describes the role of a section, right? There. So this is more useful for search engines. Search engines, screen readers, and fellow developers will benefit. So because of this, what you are doing inside the application. So it's having the semantic layouts, like it goes with the tags like header. So this indicates it is header section. So introductory content, usually logo, title, and top navigation. Next one, nav. It's for navigation purpose. A block of primary navigation links. Main. So this is the dominant unique content of the page. The section. This is for a grouping of content. Usually with its own heading. Article, self-contained content that could be standalone. Like a post or a course card. I said this one is for content indirectly related to the main content. Content related to main content, like tips. Then footer. This is your closing content. Like the example, copyright, contact links, sitemap, like this. Okay. Now, let me explain this using the example. Let me go with the example. Semantic layout.html. Create a new HTML file. Semantic layout.html. Now, here let me go with the title like semantic layout. Now, in the body section, so the first one should start with what? Header. Header means what? The top content. Like where you can go with some logos, navigation, like that. Okay. So we'll say some H1. Welcome to Raj Technologies. Then we'll create one navigation. navigation means with some set of links. Like you can say a href equal to something like hash courses, a href equal to about, a href equal to contact, like this. This is our top. This is our header section. The next one, main. This is our actual content. Main is like our actual content. So here we'll say section ID. We'll go with the ID for your section, like courses. The section ID is courses. So here we'll say the courses. The message our courses. Then you can provide the courses like article. Like article you can provide. Okay, then. So we'll say something like full stack Java with AI, where we provide core Java, web technologies. Okay, Spring Boot, like this. Something. Then you can go with one more article. Here we'll say H3 core Java. More about core Java. You can go with some paragraph. Strong OOP foundations for beginners. So this is like your main section. Under main section, we are going with a section. Under that, we are going with some articles. Then to give some details about your main section, you can go with aside. Aside something information here, like for example, we'll say next batch. Next batch. Okay, full stack Java with a starts 2nd September. 2nd September, 8 p.m. IST, like this. Now go with the footer. Footer content. Here we'll go with the copyright. So how to use the copyright symbol? We have to say like this. And COPY. We have to use the symbol and COPY, which displays the copyright symbol. 2026. Raj Technologies. All rights reserved. Okay. Right. Now, open in browser, we get the content here. So this is our header part. This content is our header part. This is our main part. This is our main part. And this is aside. More information about that. Okay. More information about main or some aside means what? What is it about aside? Content indirectly related to your main content. It's not exactly related to main content. It's like some tips, more information. That is the meaning of aside. And this is what's it? The footer part. So copyright symbol, how to get copyright symbol? By using this and COPY semicolon. So that's the way to go with the copyright symbol. Right? So this is header part and this is our footer part. This is aside. This is our actual main content. Clear this one? Semantic layouts. So when you are developing the web pages, always follow the semantic layout. So this is very, very important as a good web designer. Simply don't develop the applications, always follow semantic layout in your web pages. Right? Any questions? So please practice this.